Hey, 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 we are back. And so, looking at where we left off last time, the goal now is to, we've already completed the login process. So, when you go to API/Twitter, you will be prompted to sign in and allow Bookmark Insights or whatever to access your account. And once you authorize it, they'll redirect you back. And you and then basically what we need to do is start the process to import your bookmarks, generate the list of categories, and then start writing bookmarks individually. So that's what we're going to be doing now. And it seems like the way to sort of do this is uh, sequentially. Like we would just have an API. So we're not going to be using yeah, you're going to authenticate with a token. And we're not going to be using but the token itself. So the way this is going to work is we're going to come back from Twitter, display the user information. So at that point, we would have the user information. And so wait right until we've obtained the token, display some basic user information, and then trigger the API request that would import the bookmarks. So fetch the bookmarks, and yeah, that's this part over here. Fetch bookmarks, and then save them to database. So fetch and save. Okay, and then once we're done with that, we're going to categorize the bookmarks. So we would still have bookmarks, so we don't have to retrieve them again. We would just categorize them, save them. Generate categories. Place with an actual user, obviously. And then finally categorize the individual or fill the categories. Okay. And that's going to be that last bit. So get all categories, get all bookmarks. We have them. And so we just assign them. And yeah, that's it. So cool. So these are the pieces. And now all we need to do is fix the random errors that we have here. And then just trigger that API request after uh, trigger the API request after we come back to Twitter and then redirect to the main page. Cool. So let's see. Man, what's going on with the audio? Huh? Oh, I'm using yeah, sorry about
I really should be on the default audio channel. Instead, I was using the microphone that's behind my screen. And the volume was pretty bad when I had it mic up my throat. So you can imagine what it's going to sound like now. Hey, what happened? Like suddenly I can hear myself. Oh, it's gone now. Weird. Anyway, cool. So let's fix the errors here. Bulk insert is going to take an ID username snippet, full text published at, and uh, bookmarks. I think what's happening is, uh, So let's just split the screen and kind of see what's going on here. Put bookmarks here. We have ID username snippet, full text published at, and num bookmarks. So ID, user ID, username snippet, full text published at, num bookmarks. So I suppose the problem is that we have that extra field. Oh, no, the issue is that you don't have a session ID. Oh, I don't have a session ID. Interesting. Yeah, you're not passing the session ID? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's an API request. We don't automatically pass the session ID in there. So I guess what you could do is just parse the session ID. Parse the session ID. Okay, so that should fix that. And then generate categories. Yeah, we call them tweets here, but really you should follow like just, I'm gonna rename it here to bookmarks. Okay. And then maybe just rename this. Okay. All right. So why do you have that inside create session for Twitter use? Okay. All right. Yeah, we're actually going to remove them. Yeah, we're not going to be using it here, and we're going to remove this. Right. Yeah, we'll come back to that. So let's just put it over there. All right, cool. And yeah, we'll also be getting rid of the token file path and all that stuff that we were using earlier. And instead, I mean, you can do the refresh token bit if you like. I don't think it's necessary because the original token that we get is valid for like 2 hours. So you don't need to like const token. Um, and you would get user and then retrieve the token. So would actually do that first and then retrieve fetch the user's token exactly. Fetch query API.users dot find by session ID. What's the issue? Well, there it is. Oh, okay. I think fetch, not fetch query, but find by session ID. Oh, it doesn't throw. If not user. Yeah, JSON.parse. That's actually a really good point. I forgot about JSON.parse. All right, cool, cool. Very nice. So you're going to retrieve the category labels, and then you're going to search by user ID is user.id, name, label, bookmarks, and strings. And then you're going to add the all category at the very beginning. And then you'll bulk insert the categories, uh, making sure to include session ID. Right. Okay. And then finally, you're going to fill the categories with bookmarks. So you're going to iterate over all the categories and then skip the all category and find tweets in category. Uh, oh, I guess just bookmarks. Hmm, okay. So fetch, categorize the bookmarks, and then find, uh, well, not really categorize bookmark. What you're doing is you're generating bookmark categories. Generate categories. Yeah, that's what you're doing. And find tweets in category is actually categorize bookmarks. Well, actually, no, that's a good name. Or get bookmarks in category. Cool. All right. All right. All right. All right. Cool. So fill the categories with bookmarks. You go over each category, skip the all category, and then find the relevant bookmark IDs by searching all of your bookmarks. And then you call set bookmarks, passing in, what's the issue here? Session ID, right? Of course. Um, and then you have category dot ID. Oh, okay. Oh, you don't have the IDs here, so you would have to fetch the ID. Okay, all right. Unless, when you retrieve categories, uh, bulk insert. What does bulk insert return? Constant ID equals IDs dot push, and then return IDs. So maybe bulk insert could return like all the new category IDs, and or like add the IDs to. Okay, so how would you do that? Man, get to work. Oh, you can just do it directly. All right. I mean, it saves you the trouble. You don't have to track IDs. How do you track index? The dot entries. Okay. Orange dot category. Well, I guess you could modify category directly. Category. dot ID equals new ID. Ah, right. If we can fix this. And I know when you're modifying an object, then you don't have to worry about making it. To resolve the error, you need to define a type that includes ID. Okay. So you cast them. Okay. As category with ID. And then you would define category with ID. Right here. Okay, nice. All right. So bulk insert. Um, so here, you wouldn't pass in uh, fetch mutation. Oh, you do category with IDs, and then no, category with IDs. Like categories with IDs is actually going to return um, like the category with an ID, right? Yeah, okay. You don't need to do anything special. So constant menu here, you have type string is not assignable to type ID categories. Oh, okay. All right. It's one of those, I think it's one of those new TypeScript features. What's the fix? Well, I mean, instead of doing ID string, you would do ID and then categories. Yeah, that'll shut it up. What are we using? Category name and ID. Mhm. Cool. All right, nice. So fill the categories with bookmarks, and at that point you're all done. So I think if you want this to run in parallel, obviously there's to do. How do we get this to last more than 180 seconds? I think that's the Vercel limit. Yeah, that's a big question. I don't know what the answer is, but I assume that it is going to take longer. create a new user, update the user. Fantastic. So you're calling, create session for Twitter user. Nice. And you can make the API request right then and there, or alternatively, we could make the request, like the API request, have it run, uh, have it run in the background. There's got to be a way, like, cancel. When you cancel, does it go back to the same page? Yeah, error equalizes the, we should probably handle that, right? Next.js background job. Without any third party? Okay, interesting. Node cron. Trigger.dev. What is that? I mean, ideally, it's just something inside Next.js. Like you literally just want something to run in the background. But, presumably that requires like a separate process. And so it just, becomes complicated. It's not as straightforward. No thanks. Yeah, it seems great, but background jobs framework. Your jobs just connect to our cloud. You can always self-host and see exactly what happened. How does it actually work? Like, does the job execute on your machine or on theirs? Don't worry about function timeouts. Deploy like you're already used to. It only receives trigger in the data. You can even completely self-host. But where does the job actually run? Okay, currently. Well, that answered the question, right? It does not host user code and run it. Instead, it just coordinates through an API endpoint hosted on user's machine or deployment. Vercel, 10 seconds? Wow, that's bad. Hmm. I wasn't aware that all these platforms have such short limits. Okay, not worrying about background tasks right now. The shady way, or the, what do they call it? The poor man's way of doing this would be to simply run an API request and then send the API request and disconnect. Now, I don't know if background processing ceases when you disconnect, but or maybe you shouldn't disconnect. Like instead of, hmm, I don't know. We'll try it and see. So, fetch bookmarks. Yeah, I don't care. It's here. So just go to page inside OAuth. And then, so first things first, let's, yeah, that's how you would typically do it. All right, cool. So get the URL, get the result, and then if not result, then yeah, I failed to create new user. We return true always. Okay. Um, and maybe this would actually be better to show as a toast. Okay. And then alternatively, so assuming it is successful, um, think you need to add the toast. Oh, okay. So you need to add the toaster somewhere. So we could actually do that to the main layout file, and that way you don't have to add it yourself. So we could just have toaster in here, and you don't need to have it in every page. It'll just show up. Do you still have that timeout thing? And I suppose, like, instead of showing a toast, which, I mean, why would you show a toast, right? And you should show some sort of error message and then the ability to recover. Uh, so state, I guess what we could have is the loading. Okay. And then this will go to API/Twitter and All right. So instead of this, it would actually be, so actually here, you're probably just better off doing flex dash call gap y like 3 or something. All right, so once more, we're going to give this a shot. No bookmarks, so there's actually nothing to show. But if you go to API Twitter, now we should get like the full experience right now. You get to experience the full thing. So authorize the app, and you'll come back. Please wait. Again with Twitter and hello. Okay. Value does not match validator. What? This is OAuth actions.tf. Okay. We're calling update the user fetch mutation patch. You're passing in ID. So patch expects. Okay. So an actual ID. Okay. Hmm. Uh, it doesn't match the validator. What does the ID look like then? It's not just an ID. Like the, oh, this is not an ID. This is actually a user ID. Uh, yeah, that's okay. Can you patch using another argument? So not necessarily an ID, but something else. I guess what you would first need to do is a lookup. Wait, you already have the user, so you shouldn't pass data.id. You should pass user dot underscore ID. Yeah, that's what you should be passing. And it's the same for, well, here, yeah, I mean, here you don't have the ID, so it would make sense that you would specify. Yeah, okay. All right. Let's see. That should fix it. Do a refresh. Yeah, I guess the token's already been consumed now. Let's fix the. So apparently inside a toast, you can't use these things here. All right. Cool. So we just have to go back and yeah, signing in with Twitter like this is not gonna work. You're just gonna get an error message, And then please wait with the dots also doesn't really work. I mean, it's just too many dots going on, you know. All right, whatever. Anyway, shadow MD. I was wondering why there was no shadow. Yeah, there's the shadow. Although now that I see it, I'd rather not. And then maybe do a border and then border slate like 100. Yeah, that kind of. No, no, I don't like the whole thing. We'll make it 200. Okay, whatever. Anyway, so let's do this again. Log in with Twitter. With any luck, this time it'll work. Authorize the app. Oh, and by the way, yeah, the patch thing could work. Yeah, okay. It redirects, but I didn't actually make the request, so how about we actually do that, right? Uh, right. So before redirecting, what you would want to do is start fetching bookmarks, etc. Start the background job. And what I want to see is would it actually, uh, and how do you start? Yeah, it's just going to be fetch um, API slash Twitter. The method's got to be post. And you don't have to await this. So I'm just going to trigger the fetch request, but you don't have to wait anything. So if you go to Twitter route, oh, we do have to pass in the session ID though, right? Yeah, we do have to pass in the session ID. So the body, yeah, JSON stringify session ID. Wait, what's going on? All right, yeah. Okay. So you're going to pass in the session ID, which you get from use session. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, cool. So I want to monitor the background requests here just to see what's going on. So you're gonna hit API Twitter once more, and then authorize the app. Um, what happened? Why is this? What's with the 500 error? Fetch token. Use local fetch token. Well, is the token not getting saved? Fetch API Twitter. Uh, API Twitter, right? Method is post, and then okay, right. And really, we're only interested in XHR and fetch here. So let's try it again. This time, with any luck, we'll have a usable. Yeah, there we are. Users, you have just the one. Okay. And yeah, so we're gonna hit API slash Twitter. Let's run it. Let's go. This time, I mean, you could even delete the entry, it doesn't matter. It's going to recreate a new one, but I'll just keep it for now. you should see that the token type will change and look out for any requests here uh, to localhost. All right. Okay. So signing in with Twitter. Okay. So it's making the request. Nice. I didn't see the fetch request. Oh, it's this one. Oh man. Okay. Yeah, this got canceled. Man, I'm just savagely redirecting using window.location.href. That's not how you do it. What you want to do is use router, I think, or use navigation, right? Use navigation. And then instead of window.location.href, you're going to say router.push. Yeah, I believe that's how you do it. Um, and hopefully that won't cancel the request that you make, but let's see. Authorize the app. All right, so you're hitting no auth. You're hitting Twitter. So that's still going on. It wasn't canceled. Very nice. That's exactly what I wanted to know. Like, would it get canceled? Would it continue? Looks like it's continuing. And this is going to be a long request um, because we're going to be doing a bunch of stuff. Failed to fetch tweet. Okay. Failed to fetch a bunch of tweets. 429. Is that so? Max attempt. Good. Wait, I fixed that. Fetch tweet social data? Man, I spent a bunch of time on this and I fixed it. Let's see. So fetch bookmarks. You actually do have. I had like a sleep. Yeah, here it is. We sleep for like a whole minute to abide by the rate limit that they have set. Why would this fail? This is weird. See? Failed. Hang on. Server error. Is this an old one? Can you see the time? No, it looks fresh. Looks fresh. What's the problem? Request ID. Alright, so it says uh, object contains extra field user ID that is not in the validator. This is inside bookmarks. Um, okay. I mean, so what, right? If it's not in the bookmarks, there's a way to b.array, b.object, and then like you can make the object. Um, I mean, you can ignore. How do you use bulk insert? I think it's only in here. You do bulk insert on bookmarks and then bulk insert on categories. So here at bookmarks, you're fetching bookmarks and they include a. Okay, so fetch bookmarks actually includes the user ID. Okay. So what you want to do is, I think, exclude user ID. Do you? Oh, you want to keep it. Sure. Exclude object contains extra field user ID. This is in bookmarks. Bookmarks is 0. Can you call bulk insert? Oh, so you're taking like the actual bookmark. We don't need to. I mean, you're doing mutation with session, so you would automatically sort of pull in the user ID. So in your case, since the user ID is, well, not necessary, uh, what you would do is go back to, where is it? Tweets, and then not include the user ID. Because you know you're fetching it for like a particular user. And you're going to have like the session ID for that user anyway. So why would you include it? Alternatively, you could keep it here and then just remove it from the session. Yeah, I'll just remove it from here. And then wherever you're calling, you're gonna pass in the session ID, and then that's the user that you get associated with. So it works out to be the same thing. Yeah, but my problem is like why does fail to fetch tweet show up, right? Uh, right? Let's see. So it's retryable 5 times, and then that's when it gives up, like after 5 times. And I see you make that like 10 times. What's going on in categories? No categories, no bookmarks either. They didn't get saved. I maybe what you could do instead is like save progressively. What I mean by that is like okay, so you go back to where is the like this you would do progressively. So this bit actually creates so you would have the data, you would create the user. So you don't even need the Twitter user. Um, you could fetch bookmarks based on auth and then the ID, which is the user ID. You don't have to call. Where are you calling fetch bookmarks? Doing it in this post and this auth. So here you could pass user.id. Okay. So fetch bookmarks, and then that'll get you like all of the bookmarks. So yeah, I mean you could turn it into a generator. Yeah, you could turn fetch bookmarks into a generator that yields uh, tweets after each response. So it'll progressively update the UI, and it allows you to actually see progress happening. I don't want to yield tweets. I don't want to yield tweets individually. Yield them in batches instead. All right, just give me a sec. All right. Yeah, okay. I mean, this is what I wanted. Why are you dropping that? Oh, just getting rid of. No, I don't want to drop it. I'll keep that. I was originally just considering like pulling full tweets for the ones that are cut, but yeah. So let's do yes, 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 no, yes, yes, yes. So you don't return tweets at the end. Okay. And how do I consume it? So fetch bookmarks is called here, and for const batch, yeah, that's the operative line right there. Batch does not exist. Okay, so bookmarks batch, right? Um, yeah, okay. So that kind of does the same thing. Saves to DB in batches instead of doing it like all at once. And yeah, that's it. I don't know where else we call fetch bookmarks. No, we don't. We don't call them anywhere. Nice. Cool. Um, so that part's fine. I still don't know how we're gonna fix the issue with the rate limit on social data. Um, we do have a weight, and maybe that's enough. Maybe it's not. Like right now, you look at categories, they're empty. You look at bookmarks, also empty. So when we call API Twitter, this time we should see it like actually store some some bookmarks. And you're actually not going to see any bookmarks initially while the categories are loading. And this could be because we could update the UI so that it shows like a stream of bookmarks getting synced. And so, that way the user knows what's going on. And then, okay, redirecting to the app. You can see Twitter is still running in the background. Nice. Any errors back here? None yet. Any bookmarks? Yeah, we're starting to see bookmarks. So you got 99. That's the first batch. And you're going to wait until the next batch. Okay, so you got presumably 99 more. No, it's just the 99 for now. Let's see, it's gonna wait a whole minute. Yeah, you're hitting that 429 there. But why though? Object contains extra field user ID that is not in the validator. Is this in bookmarks? Yeah. What's going on? Like, don't you have convex dev running? Oh, okay, right. My bad. My bad. I didn't have convex dev running, which is why this kept failing. I guess when you have convex dev running, it continually updates things in the background. Because I didn't have the process running, it just failed. What's this? TypeScript error? Find tweets in categories? Oh, it's in categories. Find tweets in categories. Yeah, I renamed it. Now it's called, what's it called now? Get bookmarks in category. Yeah. Alrighty. Um, let's see if that fixes it. It does. Okay. All right. So once again, so we're done with pretty much everything. The social data thing has me a bit worried. Like, how are you gonna? Why can't you pull 100 tweets at a time? Like the rate limit's 120. 100 tweets should be nothing, right? No problemo. All right, let's sign in. We've already got 99 here. The first batch. Wait, so you got the full, you got the snippet here and the full text. So the first batch worked. We were able to get 99. It's the next batch that didn't work. Ah, okay. All right. I see what's going on here. So when you go back to route or fetch bookmarks, what's going on is once you get the bookmarks, you wait 1 whole minute. Oh, but batch is always going to be empty, so you're not waiting the 1 minute. Right. Okay, I see what's going on here. I see. All right. So instead of batch, what you want to do is um, let first skip first um, let wait equals false, and then uh, if skip wait, if not skip wait, then so it's true initially, and then first batch equals false. You just set first batch equals false at the very end, right? And then you say if not first batch. Yeah, that'll fix your waiting issue. All right. So let's delete all documents. Do you have any categories you want to delete? No? All right. I'm going to delete the users too. Let's delete everything. All right. npm run devs from scratch. And this time, with any luck, we're going to be able to get things going. Completing login via Twitter. You got the user going. Bookmarks. Now redirecting you to the app. Okay. No bookmarks yet. Okay. You got your first 99 bookmarks. Beautiful. Then it's going to wait a minute. It's going to show the rest of the bookmarks. So really what you want to do if you wanted to improve the user experience is, so inside page, you're going to check. So categories equal empty. Then you're going to check bookmarks, show bookmarks. All right, we're still at 99. Do we have any errors? No. Show bookmarks. So it's loading, right? Um, but how do you know that you're done with bookmark? Yeah, I mean, you're just going to show all the bookmarks until you start seeing categories, and then categories not empty, then show categories, and then no, we'd still we'd be done at that time. As soon as you start seeing categories, then you'll have the all category, and that will have all of your bookmarks. So there's nothing you would actually need to do. Object contains extra field that is not in the validator. Okay, so let's go to bookmarks. That's in bookmarks, right? No, it couldn't be in bookmarks because if it were in bookmarks, I assume it's in categories. Uh, that is not in the validator. Okay. All right, so we got a route under Twitter. Um, yeah, you're passing in user ID to the label. Oh, okay. You're not supposed to pass in user ID. That gets set by that gets set by the session, so you don't actually need to do that. What you would need to do is you're already passing in, yeah, so inside categories, you're passing in the session ID, and it takes care of setting that in for you. So you don't have to do it yourself. That's why it was erroring out. All right, all right, all right. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. So it was actually done with bookmarks, 188, right? I'm gonna delete them all. We couldn't store categories, so that's okay. So maybe there's a quick thing we can do for page. Let's see. So on page, if we find that categories are in fact empty, then we should just display then we're going to show Yeah, bookmarks are currently empty, so what's going to happen is as it's syncing, um, cool. All right, so let's try again. And so when you don't have, yeah, when you're syncing, it's going to show a message that, hey, we're syncing your bookmarks. Please wait. And when we're done, all right, coming back here. Yeah, so it's actually showing, syncing your bookmarks from Twitter. Please wait. Whoa, what happened? Um, it reloaded. Okay, that's pretty weird. So, PX, we're just gonna do 4, and then PY could be like 2 or something. Actually, this would be a good opportunity to use a toast. Like the toast would show properly here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, definitely. Like it would make more sense to use a toast. Thinking, please wait. And then you could just show like the loading and then, oh, there we go. Something's working, boys. Something's working. That worked. It showed up everything. And now when I go to each of these, all right, so they're loading up individually. And so as you get categories under tech and development, that'll show up. Do you still have Twitter going on? It canceled. What? It got canceled, but it's still going on. Let's see. Let's see if you're going to get the next category, business and entrepreneurship, because right now it shows canceled. So does Next.js continue to do the work in the background, or does it just shut it off? It keeps going, boys. That's beautiful. That's exactly what I wanted to do. That's exactly what I was hoping it would do. I think we did it, boys. I think we did it. So session provider, all right. Okay, all right. Nice, 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 nice. Yep. Okay, yeah, we'll get to that. Okay, all right. Okay, okay, nice. What is this? Generated. Okay, yeah, I was wondering. I'm like, I didn't write that code. All right, okay. Boys, this is fantastic. I don't think we use client only anywhere. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, boys. We got a working login flow. You log in, it shows you a please wait message. Once all the bookmarks are loaded, it starts populating categories. And then once they're done, it's still going. Is it still going? It's almost done at this point, right? It is done. You can create your own category if that's what you want. But boys, this is looking good. This is looking really good. Alrighty. All right. So I think that's a great place to wrap up. I'm very happy with progress today. And I'm so glad that we got a fully functional flow, like from the moment you sign in until, we show you progress. If there's an error, we show you that something went wrong. Otherwise, you get redirected to the app, starts loading everything in the background, and then you get a beautiful view of your bookmark manager. So, great place to wrap up. I'll see you in the next video. We still need to work on the landing page, so things aren't over yet. We're going to be working on that next. For now, though, adios. Oh, and don't forget,